This is Mike Roth. Welcome to the Open Forum in the Villages podcast. In this show, we're going to talk to leaders in the community, leaders of clubs, and interesting folks who live here in the villages to give a perspective of what's happening here in the villages and information that I think all villagers should have. We hope to add a new episode most Fridays at 9 o'clock. We are making a change soon. All of our shows will be distributed by a single podcast syndicator, Buzzsprout, both the old shows and the new show. We are also changing our subscription plans. Now you will be a supporter by simply making a subscribing via Buzzsprout. You can make a contribution of any amount that you'd like. We'd suggest $3 a month. If that's too much for your budget, you can pay less, or if you're really enjoying what we're doing and want to see us continue, you can pay more. This is going to be a subscriber-supported podcast. We are making this conversion to make it easier for everybody. And all of the subscriber-only episodes that were available on Apple Podcasts will now be converted to the Buzzsprout channel, and everyone can go ahead and listen to those. Bonus episode. John, I'm here today with John Shewcut, a Air Force weather reporter for how many years?
22 years as a meteorologist.
Mm-hmm. I think our listeners might be interested in your opinions about is global warming real?
There is warming. There's a lot of debate on what's causing the warming. The man-made part is overblown, in my opinion, and because we've been warming ever since the Little Ice Age. That's 350 years ago, and we weren't using burning fossil fuels back then.
Most people didn't have cars then.
No.
They had horses.
Right, and the sun is the primary contributor there. There is no proof that man's contribution of CO2 into the atmosphere is causing the global warming. The science says carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas, yes, and we can estimate how much heat that it produces, but we can't confirm that it's actually causing the warming in the atmosphere, because carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is both, it can cause warming and it can cause cooling.
Mm-hmm.
And the cooling is from, if the earth gets warmer, it causes more clouds that reflects more sunlight, and that's a cooling agent in itself. And there are other issues. But, there's a lot of debate.
So as far as you're concerned, there is no proof positive linking man-made carbon emissions to global warming.
No, and even the IPCC says so.
Most people don't know what IPC means.
It's the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change.
Mm-hmm. And what do they say?
They say that there is no proof that man's contribution of greenhouse gases is causing warming. And they also say that the models are not capable of predicting the future because the atmosphere is so chaotic. Now, those statements are buried in the IPCC reports. You rarely hear about them, but they are valid statements.
Good. Thanks for clearing up that bonus point for me. One of the shows that I did in Cincinnati, it's not 20 years ago, but at least 10 years ago, was a fellow named Richard Apuzzo,
mm-hmm.
who was a weather forecaster for Fox News, and he came up with a whole series of reasons why global warming was in fact not a man-made occurrence.
Yeah.
And in fact, we might, in his opinion at the time, be beginning of a global cooling period.
In the long term, the Earth is headed into a cooling period. That is true. I give talks also on climate change, and I've been studying this for many years. There are many cycles in the climate, mm-hmm. some long-term, like the Milankovitch cycles, which determine how the ice ages come and go. And there's the medium cycles and the short-term cycles, like the El Niños, the sunspot cycles. And how they all interact is very complicated. And there is no one model that can duplicate what is going on. And that's one of the biggest failures of the climate models from the IPCC. None of the climate models can duplicate past climates. And that's why they are all failing.
So we're left with living day to day.
That's right. we're living in an experiment. Right now, carbon dioxide, it is not a poison. In fact, it's a plant food. It is helping the earth to green. In fact, NASA produced a report several years ago that 70% of the greening that is occurring right now is due to carbon dioxide fertilization.
Well, that's not bad at all.
That's good.
On that positive note, we're going to leave everybody. Thanks for tuning in for this bonus episode of Open Forum in the Villages. We are making a change soon. All of our shows will be distributed by a single podcast syndicator, Buzzsprout, both the old shows and the new show. We are also changing our subscription plans. Now you will be a supporter by simply making a subscribing via Buzzsprout. You can make a contribution of any amount that you'd like. We'd suggest $3 a month. If that's too much for your budget, you can pay less, or if you're really enjoying what we're doing and want to see us continue, you can pay more. This is going to be a subscriber-supported podcast. We are making this conversion to make it easier for everybody. And all of the subscriber-only episodes that were available on Apple Podcasts will now be converted to the Buzzsprout channel, and everyone can go ahead and listen to those. Remember, our next episode will air live Friday at 9 a.m., or should I say pre-recorded, but that's when it will be released on our regular subscriptions. Bonus subscribers can get early access to episodes. Should you want to become a sponsor of the show, contact me at mikeroth@rothvoice.com. If you know someone that you think should be on the show, send me an email at mike@rothvoice.com. I want to thank everyone for listening to the show. The content of the show is copyright by Roth Voice 2023, all rights reserved.